Hello everybody and welcome back, you cool cats and kittens, to matches I will never watch again. And since the first video did so well...
What the fuck is this? What the fuck?
I figure for the second episode of matches I will never watch again, I wanted to show you guys a big match, and you can't get any bigger than Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior in 1998. Now keep in mind, I was only 2 years old when this match happened, but based on this guy's comment, I can't talk about it. So, does that mean that professors who teach history can't talk about World War II since they weren't born or lived or experienced it when it actually happened? Oh yeah, they can talk about it, you fucking twat. Now, I wasn't born when the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan faced off for the first time in 1990. But I just based alone on the presentation on how WWE has made it out to be, they made it out to be a big deal, especially with the fact that both the WWE and Intercontinental titles were on the line. Jump 8 years later and the fans would be treated to a messy, ugly, sloppy mess that personally was more boring and awful than the fact of me finding out that I have COVID-19.
Jesus!
So before we get into the match, we need to talk about the build-up to said match. Hogan comes out to cut a basically "we are better than you NWO too sweet" promo saying that he could beat anyone, when all of a sudden the Ultimate Warrior would come out and stop Hogan mid-promo. He would go on a personal mission to end the NWO, just like almost every single babyface in WCW was trying to do, and if anyone could do it, it would be the Ultimate Warrior, as he was the one guy in WWE that Hogan could seemingly not beat. It was a rematch that was 8 years in the making, a rematch for the century, and those who were thinking that it was gonna be good, what were you thinking? I mean, I hesitate to call this a wrestling match because they barely quote-unquote wrestle. A majority of the match consists of Hogan punching and kicking Warrior over and over again, you know, which explains why the crowd started to boo almost immediately. I mean, seriously, this match is slower than me realizing that my father isn't coming back from the gas station to get that quote-unquote pack of cigarettes. They, of course, try to recreate this incredible moment from their original WrestleMania match, you know, the moment where... But it's nowhere near as special as the original moment. You can think about this moment in WCW, this recreation, as the porn parody of that. Something that made this match even worse than it actually was the fact that wrestling had evolved a lot in the past 8 years, and in those 8 years, gone was the slow-moving era of the big man, and in its place was...
Oh! Find out it was me! What the hell is Mick Foley doing? No! Please, Mick! No!
So, naturally, the fans hated this match. After a laughable ref bump where Hogan deliberately hit the referee with a knee drop, which, why the referee didn't disqualify Hogan when he came to is something that I will never know. And constantly throughout the match, both Hogan and Warrior stumble around so much that they start looking like my dad after being fired from his job, and he has to drink his special juice to, in his own words, help him feel better. The crowd at this point is just more or less silent, as no doubt they were in shock over how slow and awful this match really was. And now we get to the infamous spot where Hulk Hogan tries to light Warrior's face on fire but fails miserably. And the fireball gets thrown into his own face instead. This, of course, was supposed to be the original ending to the match, but how could they possibly end the match with a huge botch like that? There is no one on planet Earth that would buy any of it, so Warrior stalled, and he stalled, and he stalled until Eric Bischoff and Horace Hogan came out. Now, I need to mention that in storyline, Horace was attacked by Hulk Hogan for reasons convenient to the plot, so when Horace Hogan came out and entered the ring with a steel chair, you would think that he was going to attack Hulk Hogan, but... And thankfully, after that, the match ends. And the reason that Horace attacked the Ultimate Warrior, get this. It was because all of this, Hulk Hogan attacking his own nephew, the reason he did that was because it was all a test. Ooh, it was all a test to test his true loyalty. The biggest fucking cop-out in human story history. A big test that makes absolutely no fucking sense at all. Sure, I could watch the rest of WCW to find out what happens, but I'm not watching more of that. You'll have to give me COVID-19 a second time before that fucking happens. Bro, what can you say about this match that hasn't been said? It's awful, it's slow, and it's just plain boring. Maybe it had to do with the fact that Hulk Hogan was 45 and the Ultimate Warrior was 39 at the time of this match. Now, that's not bad considering that AJ Styles is currently 43 and The Undertaker is 55 when he allegedly stepped away from the ring. But Styles and Taker are great wrestlers while Hogan and Warrior are less than comparable. I mean, this match isn't as bad as Taker versus Goldberg, but at least Taker versus Goldberg was short, sweet, and the botches were just hilarious. But regardless, this is a match that I will never, ever watch again.